I'm gonna use regular boxing tape, but we need to get through with this tape here. Definitely not my favorite tape at all, but it'll work for this job. I personally prefer Gorilla tape for heavy duty jobs, but boxing tape and this kind of tape will work for this. It's crazy to think that it's been over a decade now that we've been living here in this yurt. And it's pretty emotional thinking about all the different things that we have done here. The food that we have grown and raised here together. The projects that we have done. The storms that we have been through, both physically and emotionally. And the kids that we have added since being here. But we knew around the time that we were going to have our fourth child that our living situation would definitely have to change soon. But changing our living situation has taken way longer than we ever imagined. But we're starting to make some progress with that today. However, it's happening way different than we imagined too. It's actually happening under some pretty sad circumstances. I think this will be good. Now, you ready? Alrighty. Get in. Alright, I'm in the seat. No, get in. Yeah. Get back. All right, straps on.
Okay. I can go. I can go. Ah.
That's craziness. Up, up. You got it? Now, I totally wish that we were doing this under different circumstances, but the owners here have been having mounting health issues now for a number of months, actually the past year or two. And not too long ago, the husband was in the hospital for quite some time, and then we get a call from their daughter to come check on their mom here. And she had been trying to get a hold of her the whole day without having any success. Alright, so right now I'm just trying to pick up any medications, supplements, pills, things like that we don't want laying around for the kids, especially Hezekiah. I don't want him picking any of that up for sure. But anyways, back to the story. So after not being successful in getting a hold of her mom, she asked us, this late in the evening, maybe somewhere around 8, 9, somewhere like that o'clock, and we come over here to check on her, having no idea what we're going to see, what we're going to walk into when we went through the door. So we got through the door, came in to check on her, and thankfully she was alive. Now, she wasn't doing very well at all. Kind of out of it, not really making sense of things. So her daughter and us agreed that we needed to call 911, get them over here right away. So they come over here, do a bunch of tests on her, check her blood sugar. It's out of control, and they're like, we need to take her to the hospital. So they took her to the hospital. So after being in the hospital, they were able to mostly get her sugar under control. But they did discover that she had had a number of strokes here recently. And they've been our neighbors for a really long time. And they've been excellent neighbors. We've tried to help them out as much as we can whenever they need it. But we had noticed things here and there, especially here recently, that she was having trouble finishing some of her sentences, and she would just say, "No, I'm just tired," or she's got a bug, or just a little under the weather. And we let the family know about that, but I didn't know that it was that bad. Let's see here. Alright, ran out of packet tape, so using my Gorilla Tape right now, which is like the strongest tape ever. Just love it. But it is overkill for this, but just using it for today. But anyways, their daughter, which lives about 3.5 hours away from here, has taken a lot of time off of work here the past few weeks to just take them to various doctor visits to try to figure out what type of care and medication that they need to be on. But overall, they've come to the conclusion that they cannot live on their own anymore. So she's been setting up arrangements for them to be in assisted living just right near her. Oh, dude, look at that. I had no idea they were into comic books and model cars. Oh man, that is so cool. Look at that. Man, Pontiac GTO Tiger 1966. Oh, that's pretty cool. Man, got other model kits in here. That's pretty cool. Thankfully we got to see them last week, and it was good seeing them, and their health was doing better, and they're real appreciative of us being able to help them out all these years that they've been here and for our relationship. But I never knew that he was in the comic books and a lot of cars. When I see him again, I have to ask him about that. Man, that's cool. We'll just put these up here. Look here, there are also all these neat gnomes and pottery here. So I told him I wasn't going to mess with these. Let them guide us on how to take care of boxing those up. But we'll go ahead and set these up here. Yeah. With the other collectible goodies over here. I need to get to work. Make some more progress and stop talking. It's definitely gotten to the point where things need to change. Too many people and too small of a space. 700 square feet with 6 people doing all the things we do inside there, living life, trying to do a business, trying to record videos, trying to homeschool, trying to do all the different farm stuff that we have to do all in this small space. It's just not working out anymore.
The yurt was definitely a vehicle to get us where we wanted to go, and it has served us well over the past 10 and a half years. But as bodies start getting bigger, the space for everybody starts getting smaller. So, and you know, 3 years ago, we knew this was going to happen, and that's why we bought the other yurt. But for whatever reason, it just hasn't worked out. I know some people think you just throw it up, but that's not how it goes. But
yeah, it's just not like popping up any other tin or anything. No, there's definitely more to that goes into it, especially with meeting the building codes and things that we have to deal with here.
And adding on the other space that we wanted too. We really wanted to have a whole other kitchen and living area that kind of attached both yurts together. And it just, as much as we tried and planned, it just didn't work out.
And it's definitely become clear that for whatever reason, God is not allowing us to move forward with that plan. So it's like, let's shift gears. And I even got to thinking, I didn't even verbalize it too often. I was like, maybe we just need to move somewhere else completely, because I just don't see it being sustainable, us making progress, living in the current situation that we've been in with our yurt, for us to be able to excel and do more and live life easier and more comfortably.
Yeah, and even grow our business.
Something has to change. Something has to change. But I was like, moving away would require us to like start all over. We've built so much here, the infrastructure, as I mentioned earlier, memories and all the different things that are here that work well. In addition to that, we may have to move away from family that we wouldn't want to do that, or church family, and we don't want to do that either. So we didn't see things happening the way it has happened with our neighbors. But it seems that this situation could actually work out for the benefit of all of us, our neighbors who are not here anymore, as well as our family.
And we started talking to them about how we could make this bad situation kind of work out for everybody. You know, we're right down the driveway, so we're close enough that we could come up here and help clean up and organize and put stuff in boxes. And since they are in an assisted living situation down by their daughter.
Which is like 3.5 hours away.
Yeah.
So not something they're able to just to come on a regular basis, especially with everything they got going on, to be able to clean and do the things that need to be done here. And one of the things that we helped them with, in addition to the office, is also they had a storage pod that they've had for a number of years now. I don't even remember when they got it, but it has a number of furniture items in there that they were just like, you know what, we don't need those. Let's just get rid of them. And like, we can help you with that. We can help you with that. We got trucks and different things that we can do. So we help get all those items out of the pod and took them to Goodwill to get rid of those items, so they don't have to worry about that storage fee each month.
And whenever we came up here to help clean up, you know, they did have animals. They had a dog in the house and they had 3 cats, and they were having a hard time taking care of themselves, much less the animals as well. So, you know, when animals are inside, there gets to be a smell going on. So I wanted to help mitigate some of that. And one thing that I have learned, that this is a great tip for you guys, if you have a smelly fridge or a smelly house or whatever, go buy the cheapest coffee that you can buy in bulk. And get you a pan and just pour the coffee out in the pan and set it out. Or set it in the fridge or whatever is smelly. If you got a smelly cooler, pour coffee in it. Just the coffee, beans, or grounds, and coffee actually absorbs all of those smells, and after a while it smells like coffee instead of smells like either animals or, you know, rotten things or whatever.
Now, I don't drink coffee. It's just not something that I enjoy, but the smell is really not that bad at all, and it smells in here like there's constantly coffee brewing. It's like there's a brewery or something. I'm in Starbucks or something, but it actually smells kind of good. So right now the plan is, in addition to helping them clean and organizing as they want, we're going to start off by renting this room that I just cleaned as an office space for us. So that allows us to first and foremost to be able to more efficiently and easier operate our business here, and the different things that we do with video editing and all that, as well as having an extra space to record in. So it'll be neat to see how the remodel and transformation goes in here. So you just have to stay tuned for that. But also to gradually be able to rent additional rooms, and then hopefully one day the whole house.
And a story for another day, this house is actually the house that my dad grew up in.
That's pretty interesting. Now, it's going to be a progress. It's not going to be an overnight thing. So you just have to stick around and see how all this unfolds.